my good Alpha brothers. This is Sylvester Wilson, president of the Charter Line, 1974. And I would like to tell you a few things about our chapter founding and in particular about our Greek show that was performed in Foster Auditorium as part of our pledge process. Our pledge line brother, Greg James, who I believe now is teaching law school at Miles College in Birmingham, was our dean of pledges and taught us our step show. And it was the highlight of our pledge process. Um, our attire for the step show was black tails, white gloves, and we each had made a staff, the symbol from the Alpha insignia, and we entered in a cloud of smoke into the Foster Auditorium doing a basic Alpha step, saying Alpha Phi Alpha. And this brought the chapter onto the campus. And we proceeded to do the Alpha train as our main step of the show. And it was well received and liked by everyone. I think it was very well done. And we had brothers from other campuses who were there who congratulated us on doing a great job. And so I think that it kind of set a standard for the chapter in regards to our always wanting to do things of the highest caliber, with excellence always being our hallmark. And by the chapter making its debut in black tails and white gloves kind of set that tone for the Kappa Alpha chapter, and I think we were very proud of that show. The founding of the chapter was, a momentous occasion, momentous in the fact that it was for many of us a culmination of a long and arduous process. That process being to bring the Black Greek letter organizations to the University of Alabama campus. Up until that period of time, there were no Black Greek letter organizations on campus, and I think the main thrust of the Afro-American Association and the Black students at that time was to not bring the Black Greek letter organizations on the campus because they feared that it would divide us. There were about 600 of us there on campus at that time, and we needed other social and service outlets, for the growing number of minority students there on campus. And none of us wanted to join the predominantly white, fraternities and sororities. We had no kind of relationship with them. Most of the black students did not have any desire to join the predominantly white and fraternities and sororities. So therefore, we began the push to bring the Black Greek letter organizations to the campus, and that gave rise or birth to Beta Lambda Kappa, because that was the interest group of all of the black men on campus who were interested in pursuing this particular goal. And actually, I think initially it was like 19 to 20 some guys who initially formed Beta Lambda Kappa, which is recognized as the first Black Greek letter organization at the University of Alabama, and which subsequently became the Kappa Alpha chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha. And we really were, I guess, trailblazers, as far as bringing that particular into fruition. The early years of the chapter were very service-oriented years. Our goal was not to be partiers. We had the Kappas and Omegas for that. Our goal was to provide different type of services to not only the campus but to the community. We did tutorial services. We did breakfast type programs for the communities there in Tuscaloosa. Everything was service oriented, even to the point of our chapter, Kappa Alpha chapter, having some of the highest GPAs overall for the fraternities on campus. I think that kind of raised a lot of eyebrows when you have a black fraternity which has a higher academic GPA than most of your white fraternities and sororities. Kind of brought things home to the campus in regards to who was involved in Alpha. And so I really am proud to have been a part of that. Looking back at that period of time, I look upon it as being um, a time of change at the University of Alabama. This was the first time a lot of the white students had even seen black fraternities and sororities in action. And can you imagine when we would go out and do our step shows on the quad or in front of the dorms? It always drew a crowd because this was something new, something different on the University of Alabama's campus. And even there at the Greek show that we performed for the Charter Line, there were a lot of white students in attendance in the upper levels looking to see what was going on because we were a rather noisy group. I think black fraternities and sororities, when you do your step shows, you do all of those kind of things, it kind of draws a lot of attention. And so, and I think it was something that really interested them, and they found, I'm sure, some things that they could relate to. And who knows? Some of those white fraternities and sororities probably did incorporate some of the styles and things that the Black Greek Letter organization brought onto the campus into their own types of, I'm sure, rituals and things that they did. But definitely, it was a very positive change for the university and a very positive change for the attitude of the black students there on campus because now they could relate with other campuses and other schools in a positive way with other chapters on other campuses that they now have established relationships with. So this was a very positive change for the campus. Getting back to our Greek show that we performed, that Charter Line Greek show, as I said, it was done there in Foster Auditorium, and I hate to talk about some of the other Greek letter organizations, but then the Kappas performed, the Omegas performed, the AKAs performed, the Deltas performed, and I would have to say that we really of that show, we I'm sure performed the best, and I believe we even received a service award for the service activities that we did during that particular pledge time frame. And so I'm sure that they presented I think we won the Greek show, but there was some controversy about giving all of the trophies to the Alphas because we had won this service award and best dress and all that, and so there was a little controversy about that. So, but I know we won it, but it was just a matter, did they give us the trophy? Is the question, because there was a little controversy about that. We wanted to be fair, but we want to share all with everybody else, but we all know who was the best, and they know too. And so, but anyway, that's my recollection of the first Greek show performed by the Kappa Alpha chapter, the Excellent Eight in black tux